Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Comic Book Talk Podcast for May 11th, 2018. I'm Chris Adams, the Ticket Master, joined by...
Buff Larkin. Now, I have to say that it's not just Chris Adams, Tekken Master. It's Chris Adams, the grumpy-ass Tekken Master today, because he got up at 8 in the morning, and he's doing this with me, and he wants to go back to sleep. Isn't that right?
No.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. So what time is work today, anyways?
2.
Oh, God, you're going to go back to sleep. All right, let's make this quick. All right, thanks, everybody, for coming out. I'm done. All right, thank you. Sign us off, Tekken. There you go. He's going back to sleep. I told you we could do this an hour later. And let's just do it for 8. It's like, oh, come on. All right, anyways, we're here. That's the best banter we've had in all these podcasts right there. Anyways, we are here to discuss the greatness that is the Infinity War, Avengers number 3, and talk about a lot of the Marvel movies, because Chris here has actually watched all the Marvel movies now. He's officially watched them all. We're going to rank our favorite ones, our top 5, and we're going to do our little surprise ones we thought were going to suck, and they actually weren't bad at all. And we'll go from there. So, without further ado, Tekken, what did you think of Infinity War?
I thought it was amazing. I was like, wow,
yes,
that was fantastic.
I'm not gonna go and say it was the greatest movie of all time, ever, because of course there's lots of other movies that can give it a run for money. But for me, it was probably one of the greatest movies of all time. At least in the top 2. And I can't even think of who's number 1 right now. That's how great it was. I just so surprised by how complex it was, how the villain was, how it all worked together, and it was just a brilliant movie to watch. It was absolutely what I always dreamed I would see when the day finally came.
Yeah, it felt to me like it was like a Marvel Comics movie, like a true Marvel Comics movie, because it like took 10 years, and then you have like just this epic crossover, and it's like it felt like it totally felt like an event. You had like all these characters interact, and like for the first time, and then like just to finally see them all on screen at the same time in the same movie, and it was fantastic. I was just like, man, that's amazing.
Just the scope
That's
alone is enough to say wow, because you got Thor and half the Guardians doing their thing, right?
Mm.
And then you got Tony and half the Guardians doing their thing, and then you got everybody down in Wakanda doing their thing, and then you got Thanos still enough time trying to find all the gems. Everything and they all just encompassed everything. The only thing that was lacking, if I have to say one thing, is that we never got to see Thanos get that Power Stone.
Well, they did talk about that.
They talked about it, but you never actually saw him wipe out the Nova Corps, and that was kind of sad. It was like, hopefully there's still another like 3 hours. So when they bring out the Blu-ray or something like that, so, here's another 3 hours where they tell you the rest of the story. Yay! But it was fantastic. The way right at the very start, when we dealt with Thor's ship, and see, I took my children to see it Thursday night, a week after the grand opening, because I had to go to Vegas and do a marathon. So I missed out on the opening weekend, and I wanted to go see it that weekend, because in Vegas you can watch a movie at 9:30 in the morning, and that's not bad. But unfortunately, when you tell people that, they go, Joe, you're in Vegas. Don't go to a movie. There's lots of other stuff you can do here. Fine. Nobody wanted to come with me see a movie. So I had to wait for a week to take my kids, and went and saw the Late Show. And so watching, and the last Marvel movie we'd watched was Black Panther. One before that was Thor Ragnarok. So therefore, they knew what was happening. And of course, they were worried about their rock friend, Korg. I'm going, where's Korg? That's all I cared about in that movie. Everybody, you had people dying and getting the crap kicked out of them. All I was worried about was, where's Korg? I missed him so much. He wasn't there. Anyways, so what did you think of that opening sequence?
I thought it was great. I thought it was I mean, because it was also cool because like since I like watched them all the MCU movies in sequence that were out on Blu-ray anyway, so I hadn't seen Black Panther again, but I'd seen Thor Ragnarok. Like that was like the most recent one I'd seen before I went and saw that, and like it basically picks up like right there at the after credits scene when when Loki's like, "Well, brother, everything's gonna be just fine," and then the ship shows up and it's like, "Oh, and it picks up right there, and it's like, "Oh, that did not turn out so well."
Exactly. Did you like the big smackdown? I first of all, I like the fact Loki had his line that we have a Hulk.
Yeah.
That was nice. Nice little throwback to the Avengers first one. But do you like the fact that Thanos beat the living crap out of him? He was a prize fighter. You have your big you have your Hulk who's just a brawler, and then you have your smart fighter, and Thanos just dissect him.
Yeah, I thought that was great because it basically just showed like, you know, Hulk has no fighting technique. He just smashes. But then Thanos was like, it like A showed Thanos was like could fight, and then like B like how top tier his like power level was because he just like handled him so well. He's like, yeah, I got this. Just yeah, that's great.
Beat the crap out of him so much that he never showed up for the rest of the movie. In little bits, but he was more like saying, "I'm not coming out. No, I got my ass kicked." Oh, Hulky. That's poor Hulky. Got his ass handed to him. That's good. But overall, who do you blame for, you know, half the universe disappearing? Do you blame Star-Lord? Do you blame Thor? Do you blame somebody else? Who do you blame for all this?
I mean, I put the most blame on Star-Lord probably, and then or Thanos, because it's like that was his like whole thing was like I'm gonna do it, whatever.
No, they almost had the gauntlet off. Come on now. Come on now.
I mean, they never really else to blame because they did almost have it off, and then he did something stupid. So
you hear that people are trolling him on Twitter, blaming him for all this now?
No, I didn't know that.
Chris Pratt, yeah. You stupid idiot! You killed Spider-Man. It's like, no. Oh, by the way, spoilers. My daughter left that movie in tears because I said, "Honey, he's got to come back," and he died. It's like, oh, she was she's just. I couldn't calm her down. She's just all crying and all that. I went, oh my goodness! I said, just relax. It's all good. He'll be fine. Don't worry. But yes, it makes you want to say Star-Lord. He's a piece of shit. That's for sure. He is. So breakthrough performance in this movie. Who do you think really shone?
Doctor Strange.
Yes. I didn't like his banter with Tony. There is more like just I didn't feel it, but absolutely, he played an integral part in that movie that will play off down the road. So that's. I mean,
actually going back to like whose fault it is, like why didn't he just like portal him back to Earth? I was like, what? Why didn't he just like portal him back to Earth? Why didn't he just portal him back?
Who, Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
That's a lot of magic, buddy. They're like halfway across the universe.
They were on Titan, dude. Titan is within the solar system.
They're gonna have like does the spinny, and then he has to. I don't know. They probably opens up the portal and then they end up falling into the sun. Whoops, sorry.
In the comic, that's what happens. He like portals a bunch of people back to the that weird thing Thanos made for death.
Well, then it's all I can say is that it was all part of the plan.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking is like, you know, or I saw like a fan theory, or heard a fan theory where it's like, you know, maybe that was the plan. It's like that he saw that they like won or whatever.
It's the only way to win, even if it looks like they're losing. He's in the end game, and it was the only way that they can win. For some crazy reason, I don't know how it's going to happen, but apparently that's the only way they could win is by losing. Figure that out. So something's bound to happen. Now it looks like that gauntlet's all busted and burnt up and melted and all that. So I don't know how exactly everybody's going to be coming back. I know the gauntlet itself. I've read the miniseries, so I know how supposedly they come back.
Yeah,
but
I finished it finally too.
What did you think of the book?
at first I liked it, but then it felt very slow after the first issue, and like nothing happened, and then I was kind of disappointed.
Well, after seeing all the death in the first issue, that's one way to get people to buy a miniseries, and then it's all about. Then he has to take on the next big challenge.
I didn't actually like it, because like it felt like it was just Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock talking the whole time, and then like him having a plan but not telling him what it was, and then they have the plan, and it doesn't. Well, I mean it works, but there's like a lot of a lot of characters die. I thought that was kind of cool, and then because I was like in the movie, I was like, oh well, that didn't have an Iron Man in the movie.
See, there you go.
And then I like the part where the gauntlet came off and everybody's trying to get it. I was like, oh, that's cool.
See,
that's a cool.
Yes.
Panel.
See, exactly. So.
But then, like when they undid it, I was like, oh, I hope this doesn't happen in the movie. That's kind of lame.
Well, get ready for lame, baby. The thing is, people will be chomping at the bit to see him come back. So I'm sure that's going to happen. Just who has that happen, or who's going to wield the power? That'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. So I thought there's going to be more big name people die in the movie, and it seemed like it's almost every character but the original Avengers. So did that catch you off guard?
Yeah. Well, I just like, for me personally, I was like, I didn't think that, you know, they wouldn't have the stones, pun intended, to do it like they did in the comics. And then when they did it, I was like, oh, they did it. And I was like, that to me just like put it at the top. I was like, that was like props. Like I can't, like I didn't think they do it, but they did it, and it was like, man.
So the one death that gave you the feels, I take it, was Spider-Man.
I mean, I'm kind of down on Spider-Man lately. But that being said, I do enjoy the MCU Spider-Man. So, but I don't know. I think, I mean, I guess people started going poof. Since the Guardians are my favorite, so it's like they basically all disappeared except for Rocket, and I was like super sad. I was like, oh man. And they had the best lines in the movie. Like everybody was laughing. It was great. Like
Bunny. Hey, Bunny. Man doesn't even know what his animals are, and he's supposed to save the world. No wonder why he missed the head. But that's okay. That's all right. I like I like Groot finally manning up. That was nice, and crafting the handle for the hammer.
Yeah, I thought that was cool that he got an axe.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh man, it's not Jarnborn, but whatever.
Exactly. But yeah, it was just. How much did you know going into this movie what was going to happen? Did you stay mostly spoiler free?
Yeah.
Good. So, but you read Infinity Gauntlet before or after the movie?
I only read issue 1 before the movie, and then after the movie, I finished the whole thing.
Okay, so you knew what was happening with the snap of the fingers then when it happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was going to happen because, like I said, I read the book, so I knew that was happening, but I tried to stay spoiler-free, and the further I got into the weekend, the more the spoilers were popping. I'm going, no, don't stop, tell me. You know, so then I see the pixel effects. I'm going, oh, damn it, I'm going to miss this. It's like, damn it. Got spoiled. But it was very, very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So how do they top it, Tekken? Let's put you in the writer's chair, and we say, how does Chris Adams write the next Avengers, and who do you keep, who do you bring back, who do you get rid of?
Well, obviously, everybody's coming back.
Spoilers.
Let's see. I don't think. Yeah, and then like even in Infinity Gauntlet, like Thanos doesn't go away. He just goes on exile on that planet or whatever. Yeah, and that they pretty much showed the last panel of the Infinity Gauntlet miniseries. They put it right into the movie at the very end too, where he's just sitting there, just having a nice coffee, you know, just enjoying himself out there in the wilderness. I read the first issue of Infinity War, and I was like, I hope that they have a Thanos Scarecrow in that movie. Yes, I thought that was cool. Exactly. So, where do you so how did they come back? Is my question. I I imagine that they either use the gauntlet or one of the gems, and that's how.
Okay. So who does it?
Uh,
First of all, they got to find the man.
I would have to say probably Thor, since he is like the only like deity, and like the rest of them are humans, so they can't really touch the stones or like probably handle the power of the gauntlet.
Or is this how we make Captain Marvel
Oh
the
yeah.
next big
Oh
the
wait,
next
that
big
was the other
thing?
thing, dude. Is like the after credits clip. Like after that, my anticipation level like went through the roof for Captain Marvel. Because like at first I was like, whatever, Captain Marvel. So yeah,
It's going to be
not the
interesting,
character I really
isn't
care
it?
about. But then like after that, I was like, okay, well, she's gonna be like a super important, powerful person coming up.
Yes. And they still can't let Sam Jackson swear. They cut him off mid-swear before he
So
disintegrated.
it's probably gonna be Captain Marvel right there for that.
Yeah. The best way to make a new hero. This is how I go back to my love of wrestling. If you want to make a new big superstar wrestler, you put them in the hot storyline and make them the hero. This is how we're doing it with Captain Marvel. She's going to come in. She's probably going to be a drunk. And she's probably going to, like at the very start, they're going to look for her, and she's going to be hopped up on goofballs or whatever, and then she's just going to start slowly becoming that hero we want to see, and then grab the gauntlet, change everything back, everybody cheers, she's the big hero, and then you have your big name for the next phase of Marvel. What do you think?
I don't think. I don't.
Stop being sexist and just say yes. All right?
But I think they can still go forward with like the Trinity that they already have. I think it's just like an addition onto that. It's like there's.
Well, you do know some of these. I think Thor is going to stick around. I think Thor will be. Well, I think Iron Man's. That's it for him. I think Captain America is it for him. I think like who knows how long the Widow stays, but she's getting might be the end of her cycle, right? We're leaving that phase of the Avengers there, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I just don't. I see a new bunch of Avengers coming up and be in the next phase. I think there's going to
What do
phase.
you do? Do you just like never have them in the MCU ever again, or do you replace them?
Well, you can always. Well, that's everybody's thinking. Oh, well, they can wipe out Iron Man. They can wipe out Captain Marvel. And thing is, you have Bucky who can jump into the Captain America spot, and then we have. Well, whoever we have could be Rhodey, even though he's War Machine. He could be. He could step in and be Iron Man for a couple movies. It's an interesting time. We'll see what happens.
I disagree. I think they'll all come back, and then like we talked about last time, you'll just have like the different teams of Avengers that like makes sense that they'll have as like the teams on whatever crises at whatever for like whatever sector.
Are we ever going to see Tony and Steve go face to face yet?
I mean,
that has to happen.
Well, I
in
guess we
next
didn't
movie.
because Bucky
No.
was there, but I mean, no.
There's no face to face between those two in this movie. So it's like, do I call them? Maybe, but no. It's like, okay, we just have to. That has to happen in this next movie.
I mean, yeah, you have to, because like that was the funny part when like Banner was like, "You guys broke up like a band."
Yeah, like a band. It's my prediction is that Tony sacrificed himself for Steve. There you go.
So
That's
I think there's still a resolution that needs to happen because you still
after he gets impaled by something,
you still
and
have
then
the whole like the government angle from Civil War where like when like Rhodey's talking to him, he's like, arrest them. He's like, yeah, whatever.
So who's the big bad baddie in this one, in the next movie?
Thanos still.
Even though he's now just relaxing and chilling in the mountains,
Yeah.
and then they come after him, then he has to. Okay.
Because he's the key to getting everybody back. Because he has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay.
Unless there's some other thing that they like make up where it's like, oh, you can make a bunch of people come back to life.
So would you have liked to have seen the Silver Surfer in this movie?
Yes, I would have. It was super weird, like reading that event and then like having in the movie, like neither Adam Warlock or Silver Surfer.
Or exactly. And the thing is, Adam Warlock is in the MCU. He's just still in that hive in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn it. All they could have done is have Guardians of the Galaxy 3, get Warlock, and then start this whole thing, but no, guess not. Keep your heroes. You know something? Doctor Strange was a great fill-in, and it was just fantastic. And you know something? I loved Spider-Man in this movie because he represented us. You know what I'm saying? He represented the common man up in the frickin' spaceship against aliens who are impaling people with glass shards, if you are mental, whatever they are called. He represented us. That's why his death affected us so much, because he represented the human, wide-eyed person up here, just out of his element, absolutely out of his element, and all of a sudden thrust into it, and he did the best he could. Like, he was all those rocks that were being thrown at us by Thanos were swinging in between them all, picking up people, shooting the webs and all that. It was just, he represented us. And I think that's why his death, and of course it was a little bit longer than the other people's. There you go. It was interesting, so I'll go with that. All right, so how many times have you seen Infinity War? Just once?
Yeah, just once.
Would you go see it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it again eventually.
Perfect, good. All right, so that's Infinity Gauntlet, a great movie. Can't wait a year. Hopefully a trailer comes out. If I won't be out until November, probably the trailer, but it's going to be interesting. Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about our top 5 Marvel movies that we've seen. All of them. All of them. Tekken, I throw it at you. What is your top 5 favorite Marvel movies?
All right, my top 5 are Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. It's the best.
Are we going from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
I'm going from 1 to 5.
Okay.
Because that's how in my brain I always think of it that way. And then after that, Captain America: Winter Soldier. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is going to be Black Panther. Number 4 is Infinity War. And then number 4 is Doctor Strange.
Very nice. Oh, excellent. All right, I have to go. I don't want to be a fanboy when I say this, but I'm going to be a fanboy. I'm going to go Infinity War number 1 because it's just on the scope and everybody's involved. Bing, take that right there. Number 2, I will go with I'm going to go with Winter Soldier. That's for sure, because that was something more intrigue. You know, it was a superhero movie, but it was something that was down to earth, and that was great. Black Panther, of course, I'll take number 3. I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy, first one, number 4. And number 5, I have to go and tip my hat off to Thor Ragnarok for number 5. And it wasn't for Infinity War. That's just one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Just on the sheer scope and the little callbacks that you got. If you watch all these Marvel movies, you get the little jokes they put in there. And it was just...
Oh man, my favorite. That's another reason why I like that movie so much is because since Guardians was my favorite, and they had like all the best lines, and they were all just hilarious, and they all hit. And it's just like the part when they're coming up with a plan, and then like Drax yawns, and like Iron Man and Tony Stark just like, what is going on? This is serious, dudes. And then Quill's like, yeah, we don't really do the whole plan thing. And then Drax is like, tell him about the dance off to save the universe.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that was great. Oh, that's such a great throwback.
Where is Gamora? I got a better question for you. What is Gamora? I got a better question. Why is it Gamora? And it's like, oh, Drax. My favorite part in this was, of course, Drax, and him talking about Thor. Oh, this is a man. He's more than a man. He's a god. It's like, whoa, Draxy, I tell you. Awkward. It just fantastic. There's a lot of good lines. A lot of good lines in the movie, that's for sure. All right. So we're looking at the movies. So we already going through the Marvel, the best ones, our top 5. Which one did you feel wasn't up to par? Of all these movies, which one kind of, maybe over the course of time, has kind of rescinded, or it has been something that you just didn't feel at the very start? Which one didn't stroke your button?
I don't know, man. I think after phase 2, they're all pretty good. Phase 1 is just like the one where they're like not where they're the weakest, but it's not like they're bad. They're just they're not they have to build up to where they're at now.
I would go with, and you'll shoot me, but I have to. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Actually, I guess yeah. Whenever I like watch that, I just feel like it's like twice as much the movie. It's just not twice as good as the first one.
Yeah, like I don't hate it. It didn't bring what I was hoping for into it. That's all. And in the end, I didn't. I walk away and I forget most of what happened in that movie. And usually when these superhero movies, you don't forget it. But and I got to give Spider-Man: Homecoming not as a bad thing, but actually I give that close into my top 5 also, because I thought that was a fantastic reinvention of Spider-Man.
Yeah, rewatching that, it made me think about how much I actually do like that movie, and it had kind of like, after being down on Spider-Man, I'm like, you know what? I think they did a really good job with that one. Cause
yes.
It's just like the whole. I cannot spoil anything, but like the part when he's going to the homecoming dance and like the whole thing that happens there, that was just like, oh wow, that was like amazing. Like that whole sequence of like that they put that in the movie, and like that's the whole thing. It's like, wow, that they went there.
Yeah.
And just like the whole because it's like the Vulture, and like he scraps for like all the parts from the New York City incident, and like that's how he makes all this technology and stuff. That's pretty cool concept.
Yeah. Exactly. That one was the nice surprise, I think, for me in this Marvel universe. The first Guardians of the Galaxy was a pleasant surprise. We weren't expecting much of it, and it became this big hit. Fantastic. But Spider-Man, it was the unknown quantity of the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, was the big reward, that we got to watch it, we got to enjoy it, and we got to be part of the big phenomenon that was. Spider-Man is something that we've seen now 3 different Spider-Mans come at this, and we weren't thinking, okay, it's like, oh, whatever, and it actually turned out to be a pretty darn good movie. So I like that.
I think another thing is that like that movie and Thor Ragnarok kind of show like where the MCU could go if they just use like the team ups really smart, because like you have Iron Man show up, and then in Thor Ragnarok you have like Banner show up, and and like they really work as like team up films, and they can just like do that now like whenever, because there's so many characters and they keep adding. And then like I just like the part when like Spider-Man has his suit and it's talking to him, and he's like, what else does this do? And then, like he like messes with it, and then it's like initiating instant kill mode. He's like, wait, no, don't kill anybody.
Oh no, wait, no.
And then when like Tony Stark is like talking to him like via like the headset from like India or something, and he's like, and then like towards the end, like when he makes a really big mistake, and he's like, you're not even here, and he steps out of the suit, and he's like, ooh, you're in trouble now, Peter.
Uh-oh. That makes me want to watch it again. That's you just explaining that. That's fantastic. All right. So Free Comic Book Day was last week. I take it you didn't go out and get any free comic books?
Nope.
Shame on you. That's all right. I was not around. So I had to work that weekend, so unfortunately could not go and pick them up. But they have the new Avengers coming out. The brand new Avengers #1 coming out. I think there was a teaser in the Free Comic Book Day. Have you seen the team up yet?
Nope.
Who's in it? Okay,
is that the one with Ghost Rider in it?
Yes!
I guess I have seen it.
So there you go. You got that, and She-Hulk, and Cap, and Iron Man, Thor, Doctor Strange. It's like, holy... And I think... is Captain Marvel part of that team too? Maybe. I'm not quite sure. But that's a different team, to say the least, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, but I guess we have to. Where do we? How come we don't? You didn't see Ghost Rider in this movie? Wait a second. That's right. Where was Ghost Rider in all this frickin' thing? We could have had Ghost Rider, Nicolas Cage, just show up for one scene or something. Thanos would not have survived. That's my pick now. Ghost Rider would have showed up. It would have been over with. That's all I'm saying. They made a big misstep there. I take back everything I said about Infinity War. Now thinking about it, with no Ghost Rider, nothing. Kick him out. That movie sucked. There you go. No, I'm just kidding. So, have you heard, or at least, have you heard anything about the Thanos series that has been out for the last couple of months?
No, I haven't.
It's the big thing where Thanos destroys the whole universe. He wins. He wins. And I would say this: when it comes in trade paperback, I would suggest you pick it up because it's actually a very, very good read.
Okay.
You actually get to see him win, for lack of a better word. It's like, wow, that's fascinating. So you get to see him and how he does it. You know he wins, but now it's a matter of how he wins, and it's very, very creative. That's all I'll say about that. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. I don't know. Not that I can think of.
There you go. That's all right. All right, my man.
Actually, so you know how DC has like a ton of like animated movies and they're all awesome?
Yes.
I really wish Marvel would do that because once upon a time they used to have like really awesome Saturday morning cartoons and that's not a thing anymore. So
that's very true. Now, what would you like to see as an animated series? Like an Avengers animated series, or
I could really care less about the series. I just like wish they would do like what DC does and just adapt different storylines into movies because they're just so perfect. Because like all the Batman ones anyway. Because like Year One's amazing, Red Hood Under the Mask is amazing, Justice League Doom's amazing. There's like a bunch of other ones I haven't seen yet, so they're all probably amazing too. So yeah.
Have you watched Ninja Batman yet?
I just got it on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I think you're going to enjoy that very much so. That'll be your next review the next time we talk. I want to know. That'll be interesting.
Because they even started like adapting like New 52 stuff because they have the Justice League and they have Flashpoint Paradox and some other stuff I can't think of right now, but that would be cool if they start doing that.
And the Suicide Squads.
Oh, yeah. Suicide Squads. There's two of them.
Yes, I watched a bit of the one where they're looking for the Get Out of Hell free card. That was interesting. So,
and I was watching Young Justice on Netflix, and it was really good. Like I'd heard it was like really good from people, but I hadn't got around to watching it. But I didn't finish it because I like didn't have enough time to watch all the episodes. But it was
people are going nuts over that. I've watched a couple things, but I'll tell you this much: is that there's a movie coming out this summer that not a lot of people have on their radar for superhero movies, but it's going to blow everybody's mind. Now, is it going to make $245 million like the Avengers did? Probably not. Is it going to make maybe $25 million? Probably not. But I hope it makes something because it's well worth it. And that is on July 27th. Teen Titans Go. There you go. I'm already stoked for it. I can't wait. We're all going to be watching it. We're going to go opening night just to watch it. That's how exciting it's going to be. What do you think about that, Tekken?
Have fun.
Have you watched Teen Titans Go?
No.
Then
I
you can't.
I might have watched some clips on YouTube, but not any like full episodes. I don't know.
Then you should. It's well worth it. It's in for a good.
Titans. I thought that was great.
Oh, very good. Well, this is much better than them.
Really?
No. But at least if you want a good laugh, it's a good show. It's just it's goofy fun, and it's all good. Now, are you interested in watching Deadpool?
No. I mean,
really?
it was weird though. Like when I was like that preview came on before Infinity War and just made me kind of upset because it like took this long to get a cable movie and then B a cable movie. I mean not cable movie, but like a movie with cable in it, but it's like not an X-Men movie. And then like X-Force is in it, and I was like, dude, this is messed up. Like whatever. And then whatever. It was like a whole thing where I was just like annoyed, but whatever. It took this long, and it's in effing Deadpool. Whatever.
Do you
and at least
still
it's
hate?
R-rated, so at least like maybe they can like kill some people. So because like after this,
Oh yes.
it's like no more sweet R-rated Marvel movies.
No, that's very true. That's very true. Have you actually seen the first Deadpool?
No, I haven't seen it either.
Then you deserve to watch that first, all right, before you make any judgments, all right?
Whatever.
Just do it.
I'm not a Deadpool fan.
Stop it.
Is it like a good movie at least?
It is a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah.
Are you saying I don't have good taste?
I'm just saying.
Are we having a fight right now?
No.
Okay, that's good. I'll come to. Listen, I know where Wichita, Kansas is now. I can jump out of any plane and land there. We can go right at it. All right, there you go. As we were flying to Nevada, I looked over and I said, "Okay, look for the town with the most smoke coming out of it from all the house fires." And I said that would be Wichita. So there you go. I come and find you. Because you guys are crazy there, you Americans. Anyways, we'll talk about Trump when we're off this call. How's that?
Okay.
There you go. I think he mentioned you by name. I'm not quite sure. So we'll talk about that.
Oh, another thing I wanted to mention was I think that the MCU is like even above Star Wars right now. Like I think that they've messed up Star Wars so much with Last Jedi, and like there's no fixing it.
I think
we'll see with Solo,
no.
I think MCU, like, the stock is rising and, like, more of an appeal than Star Wars at this point.
All right,
I was so satisfied. I was like, dude, that's how they should have did the new trilogies. Like, they should have had, like, just, like, side movies and then, like, the numbered ones after the spin-offs where, like, tied stuff together instead of doing it the way they did it. But whatever.
Go home, Tekken. You're drunk. I'm finding out right now. No, but I can get why you're saying that, but I also have to say that the reason why you're saying it is because Star Wars is unfortunately set for only a certain. What appeals to us is only a certain set of characters. All right, and even in the prequel, they dealt with a certain set of characters. There was Obi-Wan, there was Vader in the time, or Anakin, and right? Even the prequels. So we're set around and in this one, what are we mostly excited about? Luke, Leia, and Han. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
the problem is like I don't like any of the new characters. I don't care about any of the new characters. They can all go F off.
Wow.
It's like, to me, the only characters I care about now that they better not effing mess with are the droids. It's like, don't mess with the droids or I'm done.
Wow, it took you 46 minutes to finally wake up. Good. Good morning, Tekken. Love to have you here. Anyway, okay, so...
I mean, it's not that I don't care about, like, Rey and Finn. It's just they're not my dudes. And then it's like, they took away all my dudes, so... Yeah.
Stop it. Now, the thing is... Star Wars was created for the movies, and then they came into comic book form, and then they did their best, but it didn't. In the comic book form, it didn't reach that broad appeal, you know, where like say a Spider-Man or Superman does. So now now what Marvel is before, they were comic books for like 50 years, and then we put them into this cohesive Marvel universe on the film. So now you feel that way because you feel closer to them than you do with the Star Wars. And I can understand that. But they both have their merits, and they're both very good. It's just that right now Marvel is here on all cylinders.
Yeah, right now and forever after, because it's never coming back.
Yeah,
I mean, Star Wars had extended fiction, but then they retconned it all. So it's like, whatever, dude. Not getting that back.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell Paul what you said, and he's going to come to Wichita for sure and deal with you, because it's like, wow.
It's still a popular brand, but I think the ship is, I mean, not to say the ship is singing, but I think MCU stock is rising to be above it and never look back.
You're going off the rails on a crazy train. That's what you are right now. It's like, wow. But I get what you're saying. I'm getting what you're saying, but Marvel is the hot property that people, like, you know, Spider-Man. You know, you don't know Ray because Ray's too new. You don't know the other people because they're too new. But we do know Hulk. Hulk is in our pop culture psyche. We all know Captain America. He's in our pop culture psyche. For 50 to 80 years, Captain America in that case. It's just, we're seeing this guy that has been in our heads for so long. Oh, Captain America. Bam. Boom. There he is, right in front of us, and he's kicking butt as he always does. And I thought Thanos was going to wipe him out, and he didn't. So that was fantastic. I feel bad. I don't want him to go. I don't want him. He is, but I don't want him to go. That's okay. Him and Tony are going to hug and kiss right before they get obliterated by Thanos. That's how it's going to work.
See, I think either nobody's going to die in the next one, or there's just going to be like a ton of them that die again, or like they all die, but like it's in the course of like turning everything back, and then it's like they die but they come back.
Yeah. Okay, so if they survived, what would you have them do? Just make cameo appearances in other films then?
No, they have to finish the like you said, they have like a face-to-face with like Tony and Steve.
Yeah.
It's not over until that happens.
Or do they after all this?
Or they come back together. That'd be great. It's like, they split up and they come back together, and it's like Avengers Forever. Avengers Forever. It's like, you have your quirks about you, Stark, but I'm
the main thing from next film will be the original team gets back together, including Hawkeye.
Well, because they're luckily the ones that did get poofed away. So yeah,
including Hawkeye.
Yeah, including Hawkeye.
All right, yeah, they all get together. And they all and Tony and Cap, they look at each other, and then Captain goes, "Avengers assemble!" And then
that would be magical if they finally did the Avengers assemble too. I lose.
But it's not. But the thing is, it's not just the 5 Avengers or how many there were. It's like everybody is an Avenger, and they all just attack Thanos, and then people. And then at the end, they all get brought back to life again, or they all get brought back to life, and then I don't know. It'll be interesting because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes when Spider-Man got knighted. I was like, oh, he finally did it.
Yeah, that was a great ceremony. Yeah, you're a veteran. Yeah, there you go, kid. Have a party. Yay! Then he died. Thanks, Tony.
I was like, man, because it's great. Like when I watch them all in order, it's like his arc is like, he's traumatized by what happens in the first Avengers movie, and becomes like so obsessed that he like keeps trying to like get ways to like make the Earth more safe, even if it doesn't work. Like Ultron blows up in his face, and then like all the suits he gets rid of because of the whole extremist thing, and then. And he's like, I'm out of the game. I'm quitting the Avengers after Ultron. He's like, I'm no longer on the team. But then he has to come back, or he doesn't have to come back. But like, then New York is attacked. He's like, I'm sorry, Pepper. I kept working on the technology because I'm just so obsessed. And now it's time to shine. And then it's like, he just can't quit. And then it never goes good. And it's like, oh man, Tony Stark, I feel sorry for you.
That's right. Exactly. No, good. Well, that was fantastic. Thank you, Tekken. Anything else you want to add?
Cannot wait for the follow-up and cannot wait for Captain Marvel.
There you go. What's next? It's Teen Titans Go, and then what's next on the Marvel?
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh yes, the Forgotten Team. He was in there somewhere. You just didn't see him. That's all.
Maybe he'll be back too, since they mentioned him too. They're like, yeah, Clint and Scott Lang. They're like, they have family stuff, so we couldn't pull them into this galactic interworlding situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Or world ending.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see, for lack of a better term. All right, my man. Well, thank you very much as always for your lovely insight. Infinity War was fantastic. What happens next? We don't know, and that's the best part about it. Is if we knew, we wouldn't be as excited as we are. We just don't know how it's going to end. let's see how it is.
Yeah, and then like Last Jedi, it's like you'd have a bad taste in your mouth that you need to get washed out,
No, for Pete's
and you can look forward to the next movie, and not be like, you know
Wait.
what, after this next one, I'm done. I don't care about the new trilogy that they're making. Whatever.
Come on,
They ruin it.
man.
They ruin it.
I tell you, no, you're just not being so grumpy. Just because Luke died, whatever. Get over it. His astral form died, and then he died with him. So there you go.
Way to break your franchise that you spent billions of dollars for, Disney. Good job.
Well, you have to kill everybody off, and then because then you have to set off for the next stage. You're not
As
interested.
already stated, I don't care about these people, these new people. They can go,
What about Solo the movie?
what about it?
You gonna go see it?
Yeah, probably. Well, I'm
There
gonna
you go.
wait until I see people's reactions to it, and then I'll go see it. Depending
Well,
on like,
that-
how hot it is.
I think that's the case because they had to bring in Ron Howard to try to salvage it, right? So at least
First I
that's
was like,
that's
Han Solo.
the
But then I saw the trailer. I was like, oh yeah, Chewbacca's in this, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess young Lando's in it too. And there's like some sweet train job heist. I was like, that looks kind of cool, and it's got all the laser blaster fire and ships. And I was like, okay, this kind of I kind of can't say no. I guess I still do like it, even though I feel like I don't at this point. Whatever.
just remember they usually put the best bits in the movie in the trailer. There you go. So if you're looking for that train thing, that might be the only thing good about it. You gotta wait for that review. You just wait. Maybe we'll come back and we'll talk next time about Solo movie. What do you think?
If I've seen it.
You will. Anyways, well, thank you, Tekken, as always. And until next time, keep watching movies. That's my new tagline.
Okay, so
My new tagline is, "Where's my pants?" That's my new tagline.
so are you doing the sign off now?
No,
Okay. So yeah, for Comic
You're
Book
the master of it.
Podcast, until you see or hear from us again, we're now signing off.
where's my pants?
Don't snap your fingers too hard or you might make people disappear.
Oh,